Times on Friday. Correct me if I'm wrong. We said multiple times this reeks of small town politics, and there has to be more to this story.
Yeah, and first of all, whether or not the police chief should have put that in a comment on his son's page 2 years ago, okay, fine. If it comes to your attention, the worst thing you should do to him is just reprimand him. Don't do it again. If you want to put something in his file, fine. But it's totally not a fireable offense unless you're completely intimidated by the sheriff of Boone County, whose daughter currently has a lawsuit against the police department.
That was one of the things that kind of was sent to us over the weekend. So if this were the case, why wasn't this given as the original reason to knock this guy down from his rank? Why come out with this cockamamie story about, well, it's old social media posts? I just expect all you peons to buy that story. To me, and maybe I'm alone here, I think we all called bullcrap on that right away, so they had to come out with another story, and the other story may have actually been the truth.
Yeah, let me explain to you how things work out there in Boone County. Nigel from Boone County, garden spot out there in Zionsville.
Yes.
The sheriff out in Boone County is the most powerful person in the entire county. And that's not the case in every county, but in this case, the Sheriff Nielsen in Boone County is the most powerful guy in the county.
He's Porky, like from Porky's.
That is a good observation. And I guarantee with the mayor, Gentry, being up for re-election this year, and I think he's got a primary challenger, he went to him and he said, it'd be a shame if you got estranged with the most powerful man in all of Boone County. Look, Matt Gentry, I've known Matt Gentry for a long time.
Matt Gentry is the mayor.
He's the mayor. I'm very disappointed in him because he's putting politics over his people. If you want to reprimand the guy for this, fine. But we're talking about something 2 years ago that no one apparently said anything about at the time. This sucks.
So the sheriff's daughter was a Lebanon police officer, right? And she's the one that's doing this lawsuit. She said, one of the things she said in this Indy Star article is that she suffered some post-traumatic stress disorder after she investigated the death of a young child in 2016, and that the police department provided inadequate and insensitive care. Right?
But
part of the story, right?
But the wife of the sheriff is the one who snapshotted these photos and held on to it for 2 years.
Well, I guess the question I have is, okay, let's just say that the chief of police, and again, I don't know this guy at all, the chief of police in Lebanon, who is now the former chief of police, let's say he's not a very good guy. Let's say he was doing some things that might be frowned upon. Then why not fire the guy? If it was this bad, if it was this egregious, this over the top, why not fire the guy completely and come out and say, listen, the reason he's no longer with us is that he did this, he did that. That's not who we are here in Lebanon. He's been asked to leave. Situation's over. Nobody's talking about it anymore. But they had to come out and try to lie to us all and say that it was this social media post, and we all knew that was crap from the beginning. My problem, Rob, is I hate being lied to and people thinking that we're morons, and then they get mad when we clap back about it.
And the mother, the wife of the sheriff who took the photo, who put it out, her stories conflict on why she did it. On one count, to the Indy Star, it's not politics, but the Lebanon Reporter says, quote, I did it now because the election is coming up, and I did not want to see him continue in that position. That means the mayor of Lebanon gave in to the sheriff, the most powerful man in Boone County, at the expense of his citizens. The police chief was apparently doing a fine enough job to leave him in there until these people come out. That's horse crap.
Read that one more time. This is from the paper of record in Lebanon, and I think this is really important. If you're listening in your car right now, turn this up. This is important.
Again, this is from the sheriff's wife who screenshotted the photo. I did it now because the election is coming up, and I did not want to see him continue in that position.
Game, set,
This sucks, man. This totally sucks. And if you live in Lebanon, you should be outraged, and you got an opportunity to do something about it at the ballot box.
This is small town politics, man, and I hate that. Because listen, you don't have to be a good guy to do your job well. I mean, we say that about the president of the United States. It's not a guy that you would probably want to be around your family or to date your daughter, but it's the guy that needs to be in that position. And maybe that's the case for this now former chief of police in Lebanon. Might not be a good guy. I don't know. I don't know the guy personally. I have no connection to him personally, but it seems like he did a good job at being the chief of police, and now he's taken out of that role because of some back alley political bullcrap.
Yeah, and by the way, they didn't fire him.
Right.
They didn't fire the guy. They just demoted him. He's still out there working. If he's such a bad guy, why is he out there working?
There are so many things wrong about this story. I don't think anybody is right here. It sounds like the chief of police might have been kind of a weasel himself. But all this shady back alley stuff going on over here, and this Porky's like a sheriff that's got all this control and power and popularity, this whole story stinks and it reeks. And if you live in Lebanon, man, you deserve better answers than what you're getting.
And ultimately, it rests with Matt Gentry. We can say the sheriff and his wife are shady and underhanded and all this, and we can do that, and that's fine, and they are in this. But ultimately, it rests with the mayor. The mayor had the ability to tell them, get lost, kick rocks, I'll deal with it, reprimand the guy, put it in his file, whatever. The mayor is playing politics, and that totally sucks, and it rests at his feet. And I'm disappointed in Matt Gentry. I've known Matt Gentry for a long time.
He's a big-time player in the political game.
His dad is very connected, Market Red. The firm does all sorts of political campaigns, and this sucks, man. I'm super disappointed in him.
I just want to make sure that Linda Nielsen, the wife of the Boone County Sheriff Mike Nielsen, their daughter is the one that has filed the suit. She was a Lebanon police officer, feels like she didn't get the right treatment she needed after investigating a death of a 4-year-old in 2016. Now, Linda Nielsen is the one that screenshotted the Lebanon police chief's inappropriate Facebook posts, and she posted them recently. She was the one that posted them, but she says it has nothing to do with the fact that the election's coming up.
Which is in direct contrast to what she told the Lebanon Reporter.
Okay. I just want to make sure we were clear on this backstory here.
Right. She gave two different answers to basically the same question. A different answer to the Indy Star and a different answer to the Lebanon newspaper.
Can I read this quote again? I mean, it's just what she told Lebanon. I mean, this sucks. This is why people hate small-town politics. Can I read it one more time?
Please.
I mean, you make your own decision here. I did it now because the election is coming up, and I did not want to see him continue in that position.
Okay.
It's over, man. And Gentry gave in, and it all rests on Gentry.
And a lot of people were sending me direct messages over the weekend. There's so many more layers to the story. He did this, and this guy did that. And, okay, present your evidence. Present your evidence. Because the story that was presented to the media on Friday was rotten. And we called it. And let's just, for argument's sake, say that that was true. Then that's rotten, too. There's no good here. There's no win here. This is an awful, small-town, embarrassing situation, and the powers that be in Lebanon, you made this bed, and now you got to try to crawl your way out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. This sucks on every level.
Rob Kendall from the Chicks on the Right and the